He was abandoned by his foster family at a young age, nearly got expelled from his football academy, his friend and teammate sleeping with his girlfriend. This is the heartbreaking story of Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne has a story that can be termed very emotional and heartbreaking. However, his sad story did not stop him from becoming the biggest footballer of the time. If you are new here, please remember to subscribe. Sit back and relax as we go through the story of KDB, as he is popularly known. As a kid, Kevin loved football and he had dreams to be the biggest. As a kid, Kevin loved football and he had dreams to be the best footballer in the world. At a young age, his parents forced him to play with his weakest leg as a punishment. However, this was a blessing in disguise, as this punishment helped him so much in his profession later. At 8 years, he was already playing at KVV Drogen as a junior player. Nevertheless, one day he told his coach that one day he will join Gent, as the training was better there than his current club back then. However, at Gent, things got from bad to worse, as many labeled him queer because of his honesty, determination, as well as his strong character. With time, news about his skills spread like wildfire all over. Genk, learning that KDB was not happy at Gent, they used this opportunity to convince him to join Genk. This led to young Kevin to travel all over the country, a long distance from his current club, Gent, to join Genk. At Genk, KDB, his first year, he spent it in a boarding home while playing football there. However, the club management came up with a new plan where all young players were not to be housed in the club premises but in foster families. And that's how KDB was assigned to a foster family along with his fellow teammates. It is through this arrangement the young KDB went through a very heartbreaking moment in his life. Today he says that, "Those were the loneliest years I will ever live." His life with his new family was good and it made him concentrate on school as well as football, as there were less problems as he had company and family to support him. This gave him a lot of hope, as for the past 12 months he was very lonely as he could not fit well with town life. Therefore, in his newfound home and family, he decided to be very calm and silent to avoid causing trouble that would risk his chance at Genk. Nevertheless, the foster family felt that he was hard to cope with due to his silence. This made them not want to host him once again. When he went home for a break, he was hoping to come back to the same home. However, this never happened, as the foster family had already communicated to the club indicating they had no interest in hosting him, as he learned from his mother after arriving home. The mother told him the reason the family refused to host him was, and I quote, "It is about who you are. They say you are too quiet. They cannot interact with you. You're just too difficult." These words destroyed him, as he could not believe it, as he felt like his dreams have been shattered, despite trying his best not to cause problems. These words destroyed his soul, because all along he was avoiding causing problems that they may block his football dream. Now the club had been informed by the foster family and they were not willing to pay another family to live with him. This made the little KDB worry very much about his future, as his dreams were almost shattered. On the good side, the club decided to send him to another boarding home this time, but not a normal one, but one designed to handle troubled kids, as they believe Kevin De Bruyne was the problem. Later, after calming down, talking to himself, he said, "Everything will be okay. In 60 days, I am going to be in the first team. No matter what, I am not coming back home a failure, no matter what." By this time, he was 16 years already. In his first match after the break, it was on a Friday night. In this game, he did not make it in the starting 11, but when he got a chance in the second half, he scored 5 goals. He was crazy. In his mind, the words that kept coming were, "You are too quiet, you are too difficult. They do not want you anymore." With this excellent performance, KDB was given a chance in the first team, just 50 days before his actual timeline of 60 days. This is what we call self-drive. He had managed to meet his target earlier than expected. With this performance and success, the foster family that refused to host him, claiming that he was too silent and too hard to cope with, showed up. The club now was ready to pay a foster family to live with him, and the same family that rejected him now wanted to live with him, citing a case of misunderstanding. However, KDB rejected their offer, citing, "You threw me in the trash and now that I am doing good, you want me back?" However, his position changed on the matter as he thanked the family later while doing an interview, as he felt that it's this pain that pushed him to be a good footballer. Being in the first team was not easy for the first year, as he rarely got a chance to play. However, in the second year he got more playtime, which led to him scoring 5 goals and having 16 assists. More so, with this kind of performance, he led his team to win league title for the third time in history. In the same year, he called to join Belgium national team, where he impressed stars like Hazard as well as Vincent Kompany with his skills. It is worth noting that though KDB chose to play for Belgium, he had a chance to play for Burundi, an African team, since his mom was born in Burundi. On the character that fascinates me about KDB is that while playing for Genk, at one time he approached his teammate by the name Elianiv Barta. His complaint was that Barta was not working enough for the team. Moreover, in 2012, in a post-match interview, Kevin De Bruyne complained that "I am ashamed of my teammates and I suggest to those who don't have desire to play, just leave." However, the funny thing is, it was KDB who left the team, not his teammate, as he joined Chelsea as Frank Lampard's replacement. Nevertheless, things went bad quickly and he had to go to Werder Bremen, a Bundesliga team, on loan. At Bremen, he managed to cut a niche for himself as one of the best upcoming footballers of the time with excellent skills. For instance, although his team was fighting to avoid relegation by this time, he managed to score 10 goals as well as 9 assists in his list. As a result of his excellent performance, he managed to take home Young Player of the Year trophy. With this trophy, his next move was Premier League, where he had hoped to shine more. However, just at the beginning, things went to worse immediately again. Sometimes things just go wrong and nothing can be done. By this time, KDB's girlfriend just decided to cheat on him with his former academy star and Belgium teammate, Thibaut Courtois. To add salt to the injury, the same disgruntled woman confirmed this cheating issue to the media, claiming that what Courtois gave her in one night was more than De Bruyne had given her in 3 years. For sure, when a woman does not love you anymore, she can say all kinds of words to hurt you. On the other side, this was big disrespect from Courtois. You do not sleep with your friend's girlfriend. Remember, at this time KDB was also struggling to make it in Premier League, which was enough frustration at Chelsea under no-nonsense coach Mourinho. In the end, he went back to Bundesliga once again at Wolfsburg. Using his pain from the cheating scandal, he improved his performance. Moreover, despite Courtois sleeping with his girlfriend, he allowed him to play for Belgium national team despite the coach giving him a chance to decide on the matter as a way of seeking revenge. It is this year that De Bruyne lose to be top scorer for Belgium during qualification stage, which even led them to World Cup after 12 years absence in tournament. At Bundesliga, he continued to shine in this season and managed to score 16 goals. It is worth noting that the 2 goals he scored against Bayern Munich led to the first loss for Bayern after almost 12 months. With his top-notch performance, he managed to push his team be second in the league, just behind league titles Bayern Munich. As a result, he won League Player of the Year and got a place at Ballon d'Or list. Let's share something private about Kevin De Bruyne. After his girlfriend cheating scandal, just like many men who have dated toxic women, Kevin became so insecure in life and all along he was avoiding to date. For instance, it's funny how he met his wife. Actually, it's his friend who wrote the text and sent it to the girl who later became his wife, as he could not manage to do it. Very painful but rather understandable, having in mind the ridicule he got from the saga. The good thing about Kevin De Bruyne is that he managed to channel his anger and pain into his work, that is football, rather than engaging into drugs or sinking into depression. How I wish most would embrace this. The good thing is, this girl who later became a wife was a good woman who encouraged him to be his best and pursue his dream. 1 year of dating, they were already expecting a kid. However, one morning his girlfriend experienced a miscarriage, another heartbreak. From his interviews, he once said that this made him realize that there were other important things in life to care about apart from football. Later, he moved to Manchester City for 76 million euros, making him the most expensive player by that time. However, things changed when Pep Guardiola arrived at Man City. Before then, most viewed KDB as the biggest Chelsea mistake or reject. But all in all, it was about how most coaches dealt with him. Pep Guardiola had a different mindset and approach. For example, one day Pep said, "Kevin, listen, you can be a top 5 player in the world, top 5 easily." These words changed KDB's view so much. Within no time, the Chelsea reject became the best player in the Premier League. Today, I can confidently say that the biggest mistake Chelsea did under Mourinho was to sell him. Just another day, we saw them sell German defender Antonio Rudiger and later went buying other funny defenders that I will not mention here. Away from that, let's go to the main story. In an attempt to live to his coach's word, Kevin De Bruyne improved his performance gradually. However, actual results were well pronounced in the second season of Pep Guardiola at Man City. In this season, he managed to be number 1 in the league in terms of assists and led his team to be the first team to hit 100 points in Premier League football history. His performance improved day by day, and together with other Belgian stars like Hazard, they managed to win a bronze medal in the World Cup, beating Brazil, England, and losing to France in the quarterfinals. This was the best performance for Belgium in the World Cup history. By now, Ballon d'Or rankings listed him as top 10 player in the world, and it was clear that Guardiola's words were becoming true day by day. 2019 was a tough moment for Kevin De Bruyne as he suffered a ligament injury in his knee. After having the injury, he called his wife and said this to her: "I am not able to even dress myself. We're gonna have 3 babies at home now." He broke down crying after this. This shocked his wife, as she had never seen him sunk to this level even when they lost a child. Later, the wife asked him, "You did not cry even at our wedding. You did not cry when the kids were born, and one was literally born yesterday." He replied, thinking deeply, and said, "Wedding and funerals, I am a rock, but take football away from me and I am done." Away from the sad moment, once he recovered, he came back with full force and managed to go back to form immediately. In the 2019-2020 season, his star was shining more than ever, despite the fact Man City did not win the league title. In this season, he managed to score 13 goals and 20 assists in his list. Why not for COVID-19, I believe KDB would be top 5 in the list in 2020 if Ballon d'Or had a thing this year. Ever since, he has continued to shine despite the fact that Man City still have not yet won Champions League trophy. However, there is a big hope now they have Erling Haaland as a striker. So far, Man City is doing well in both Premier League and Champions League. As I conclude on this story, I will recite these words from Man City coach Pep Guardiola, who said that if Messi sits on a table all by himself, but De Bruyne, he can certainly sit in the table beside it. Thanks for watching. Let me know which story you would like us to cover. Nice time, and remember to subscribe as we enjoy World Cup football.